there's typically two options you can do. Okay. So let's say you achieved 100,000. You can then scale and maximize your potential. And then with these industries here, I would say you could definitely get up to bare minimum of $250,000 a year if you play your cards right. Okay. If you just double down on your mastery after the 6 years, you're like, okay, now I have baseline. Because look, this right here is baseline, guys. And the reality is, okay, plumber, let's say 4 years, electrician, 3, software engineer, if you go independent and you get educated on yourself, you can get that done in 18 months. Okay. Actually, let me just put 1.5, make it simple. Okay. 1.5 years. Nurse will take you time, but you'll never have to worry about money for the rest of your life or hours or anything like that. 4 years. Lawyer, 6 years. Cybersecurity, you can get that done in 1.5 years, even sooner. And that's baseline education. Baseline. Now you're just standard in that industry. And then if you want to pile on top of that, you can add mastery. Now, let's just say you're 6 years and then you do another 6 years. Okay, guys, it's only a matter of time before you're fucking rich. And no, you don't have to be fucking white and you don't have to be all these fucking hurdles or smart or anything you put in your head. You're a man, okay? You're a man, and effort is the great equalizer. All you need to do is put in the work, okay? Period. All you have to do is just put in the work, and eventually your day in the sun will come. Okay? Yeah, JBB makes a really good point. He says, in a world where everyone is lazy as hell, it's not that hard. It really is not. Okay? It is really not that hard. Okay? And yeah, Tyler Paul here says, glad to see you back. Trade jobs / skilled labor are going to be the money cash cows for the next few years. Bro, why do you think they're hiring all these fucking illegal immigrants and all these Mexicans and to build houses? You think they just fucking don't need people to work? Dude, there's a shortage. And these motherfucking Mexican people will come here to work their ass off. If it's after the year, if you're after the age of 35 and you're not in a position where you're financially stable, that's on you, my brother. Okay? That's on you. And only you can change that. Okay? It's just, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. Okay? You got to be a man. You have to take responsibility and accountability for your life. You worrying about money? You're a man, able-bodied. You come from a first world country. What are you doing? Are you fucking going to the club every weekend and saying, "Oh, I'm networking," or are you going to the club and popping bottles, or are you jumping from friends VIP to friends VIP, pretending to be rich? Right? What are you doing out there? Are you getting blackout drunk every fucking weekend? You doing drugs? You know, you have money for drugs. You can call the coke man. You can call the weed man. You can call a pill man. You can get your fix, but you can't get your fucking money right. You know, if I'm talking to you right now and these words cut you to the core or offend you, this is for your own good. You know what I'm talking about. See, a lot of you guys are doing too much. And by doing too much, you actually do so little. Okay? Yeah, chasing pussy too. Pussy is a good cope, man, for you guys that learn how to make, like, I know a lot of guys that they know how to get a bunch of girls and shit, and they make like fucking $30,000, $40,000 a year. That's only going to slide for so long, bro. Eventually, you're going to be an old man to these women. Just be like, why don't you have your shit together? You know? And when you get your money right, too, right? And you have game, that's when the real fun starts. Because you kind of grow this air of abundance around you, right? Like, if any of the girls I'm dating or messing with now, like, they know just by the way I carry myself that I got money. And they're on their best behavior because, I'm fucking pushing all the buttons in the game department, right? Because I never, ever, ever lead with my wallet and never, ever lead with status because that's some simp ass, gay ass shit. Okay. And then when they find out I'm a fucking baller, you think they fall less in love, or you think they fucking they put on the tighter bra and panties? They fucking, that pussy never smelling bad. The house is always clean. What do you think? I'm basically invincible. I can fucking scrap my whole little harem and I can have it replaced. Worst case scenario, 2 months. You drop me anywhere in the world, I'll go in America right now and wrangle up some of those fucking hoes. Feminists just be washing my underwear with a smile on their face. Okay, 38 years old, guys. Fucking senior citizen in this goddamn game compared to you guys. I put in the work my whole life. I'm a late bloomer in the financial aspect. You know why? Because in my 20s, I was fucking doing drugs. I was fucking blacking out. I was jumping from VIP to VIP. I was buying fake fucking designer shit, trying to look cool, lying to only somebody. And that person was myself. Okay. I have done pretty much every drug under the sun except for fentanyl, heroin, crack. And I mean, I don't know. There's so many new drugs out there, but I've done a lot of drugs. Okay. Regretfully. I've blacked out more times than I'm known. I've had near-death experiences driving drunk. Okay. Foolish, stupid, idiotic. That's why I feel like there is a divine light over my life because I should be dead a million times over based off of my stupidity. But maybe that was God putting me through all that shit to tell you, don't fucking do it. Learn from my mistakes. Okay. Learn from my mistakes. Because my life is filled with them. Okay. Use me as your canary in the coal mine for what to do and what not to do. Okay. Momo says, I will be moving to Utah soon. South Florida over. No, brother. South Florida is not over. Okay. Miami now has the most millionaires in the entire United States, brother. The problem is you. Don't blame the circumstances. Stand in front of the mirror. Look at yourself in the eye. You know if you've been working to your damnedest. You know if you've been working your hardest. You know if you've been putting in the effort. And if you're not, why? What are you doing that's better? There is no better return on investment than investing in yourself. How many books have you read this year? How many educational seminars have you attended? How many millionaires have you sat down in front of and shut your fucking mouth and asked them questions about success? And did you take that information and did you act on it? Or are you sitting around talking shit to hoes on the Fresh and Fit podcast, whatever Dunking on the Hose podcast you're watching and shit? That ain't a dig at the boys, okay? But what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your life? Please tell me.